So as we transition from winter into spring, there are a ton of fire sales right now. So for today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at some of my early spring pickups, from clothing to sneakers and even to luggage. We're covering it all today, and I will be fully transparent, letting you know what items I would recommend and the items I think you should just go ahead and skip on. But just before we jump into the first garment, I did want to let you know that we are hard at work with Locust&WildHoney clothing. I know we've taken a bit of a hiatus. It's been a little over 6 months since our last release, but we are hard at work testing new types of fabric, including pebble leather, implementing new wash techniques to our garments, and developing brand new styles we know that you're gonna love. This is easily going to be the greatest leap forward for Locust&WildHoney clothing as a brand, and I just can't wait to share it all with you. Where to get the information will be located on the LWH Clothing Instagram page. Go ahead and follow that for the latest updates and release details. And now with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the first item. So here we have a care package from MVST. Wow, bro, this is so nice. So I cut recording to really evaluate this suitcase to give you guys an idea of what you'd get from MVST. But additionally, I did want to go ahead and compare it side by side to my Rimowa. So this is what is known as the Triva aluminum suitcase by MVST. And a few features that I love about this suitcase include the fact that they do feature patent pending wheels, which are extremely smooth and quiet, being equipped with a 3-bearing system for effortless rolling and turning on pretty much any surface, including carpet. Now, as I mentioned, this is a brand new offering featuring a much more rugged and durable aluminum, meaning it's much less prone to denting and wear. And if you guys are wondering, the locks on this suitcase are 100% TSA approved. But now from a comparison standpoint, because the truth is these two being compared to one another is nearly inevitable, this carry-on Rimowa I spent right around 4 times the amount that this large suitcase goes for. They are both made from a very premium aluminum shell, but I really have to say I truly am impressed at the quality of the aluminum used, especially relative to the price point that these are at. This is a carry-on and I spent well over $1,600. This large one here is right around $595, which speaks into the value that you get from MVST. I almost forgot to mention the interior for this one is way more convenient to use, much more practical. And an issue that I've always had with my Rimowa is that in no way, shape, or form can you overpack. You actually can't go over like where the fill line is. I don't know if you guys are like me, but sometimes you can kind of overpack and just kind of smush things together. This thing won't close if you try to do that. It's really, really annoying, which is actually opposite for the MVST. Anyways, if you are interested in picking up some luggage, maybe you're going somewhere over spring break, maybe over the summer, check this company out, man. This is a fantastic alternative to the expensive competitors out there. Also, I did want to put a disclaimer out there that though they sent me the luggage for free, absolutely no money exchanged hands. They didn't give me a script. These are generally my honest assessments about this luggage. Anyways, let us continue. It should come as no surprise that a video like this would include at least one pickup from Abercrombie. This is what is known as the cropped vegan leather jacket. This one originally retailed at $150, but was marked all the way down to $59.99, 1/3 of the retail price. So this one was an absolute no-brainer. I did elect to go for a size medium, and I do find that it fits really, really nicely. Now, as entailed in the name, the shell is comprised of a faux leather. It's got a light level insulation, but even at $59.99, if I'm honest, I have to say this was not worth a purchase. It's just got a very synthetic plasticky feel. But yeah, even at 60 bucks, I say skip over this one. This next one is actually quite good. It is known as the cropped flannel, and I was actually able to pick it up for right around $26. Here I am wearing a size medium, and I love how it fits. It's got a nice crop to it. But my favorite attribute has to be the pattern as well as the color. Very appropriate for the spring months, and because it is lighter weight, you're not gonna get too warm in this one either. For sure worth giving a look. If they're still available, I will have them linked down below along with everything else. Next, we have the oversized wash crew neck sweater. This is a very good sweater overall. As of late, I've personally been loving the multi-directional ribbed look, and this one does fit very nicely overall. Here I'm wearing a size medium for reference. This one's excellent. It's got a slight drop shoulder, nice and roomy, but not too oversized, and overall the proportions are just balanced. I really like this piece. Next up, we have the Pegasus Premium. Yes, I fully understand that I am late to the party, but these things sell out very quickly. But the Pegasus Premium are priced at $210, and because I'm in dire need of a good pair of running shoes, I went ahead and picked these up, in addition to being really curious as to why these sell out so fast. And I get it, the shoe is very comfortable. It's got 2 layers of elite cushion. Now granted, I just got them, so I only put about 3 miles in them, and as popular as I take that this is gonna be, I don't actually like these that much. I feel like there's just a little bit too much cushioning, which is something that I thought I would never say. I say skip on them, but I'm by no means an elite runner, so just take that with a grain of salt. Next up is another pair of shoes, an early pair for that matter, and these are actually gonna be getting like a full review video, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss it. So I won't be going into too much detail, but here we have the 2025 white cement Jordan 4s. Just an all-time great sneaker. I'm so happy to have these again, but what I will say for now is that I think you're going to be just as pleased as I am once you get your pair in hand. These are what are known as the Gap 365 trousers. If you guys are unfamiliar, you are in for a treat because these are an affordable, awesome fitting pair of trousers offered in a myriad of colors, lengths, sizes, and at the price point, they are just excellent. They do retail for pretty high, but Gap regularly goes on sale. These were marked down to 49 bucks with an extra 40% off applied at checkout. The material is actually pretty nice, so go ahead and check these out for sure. I also picked up a new hat from my buddy's company known as Safe House. This one features New York embroidery in a noodle-ish script on a nicely fitting navy blue snapback. Got a few pickups from Zara, and how I know a garment is very good is when it ends up in my wife's side of the closet. This is what is known as the limited edition textured sweater, priced at $89. Now, I have been noticing Zara do this time and time again. They'll release a nicer quality, higher tier, slightly more expensive, but very limited garment, and it sells out really quickly. But every garment that I've picked up from this like a limited collection has been really nice, and that is definitely the case with a sweater. The fabric is super soft. It does fit oversized. Here I'm wearing a size medium, and it's impressive. So overall, I would highly rate this sweater. I say if it's available, go ahead and check it out. Also from Zara, I picked up some relaxed knit shirts, which to me serve as like a step up from a standard blank t-shirt. With these garments, they look and feel quite a bit more premium and slightly upgrade the overall quality of your outfit without making it too formal and pretty cheaply. These are priced at 49 bucks, which is a very small jump up from a standard good blank tee. Overall, I definitely think these are worth it. They honestly look great dressed up for a smart casual look, or even dressed down with some denim. So I showed you a leather jacket that I wouldn't recommend, but from Zara, I did pick up one that I would recommend, priced at $109. This is known as the faux leather wash jacket, and it looks, fits, and feels much better than the one from Abercrombie. Here, I am wearing a size small, and I do find that it fits pretty true to the body, nicely on the shoulders. I think Zara absolutely nailed it with this jacket. It's got a very premium look, especially relative to the price point. Like if you saw this one in person, you'd actually think it was an old vintage real leather jacket. I also went to an Old Reliable, picking up some garments from Uniqlo. You guys already know how I feel about the sweat set. I did go ahead and pick it up in black. Uniqlo C oversized hoodie as well as sweatpants is absolutely undefeated for the price point, which is why I also had to pick it up in black. We also got a couple new spring releases from Uniqlo. These are the Dry X sweat shorts. They do fit pretty long and baggy, very comfortable, priced at $29.90, super solid garment. And the top I'm wearing is the newly updated Arism cotton oversized tee, very comfortable and very good for the warmer months that come along with spring and summer. Also excellent for spring and summer are these new sweatpants from Uniqlo. These are the lightweight sweatpants and they fit excellent, and at the price point of $49.90, this is an awesome option if you still want to wear sweatpants well into the spring and summer months. But now moving on to the last garments for this early spring haul. This comes from Yeezy and Gosha, with everything being just $20. But let me go ahead and jump right ahead of it before you ask. No, I don't agree with anything that Kanye is doing, but the package did arrive, and I know a lot of you guys did make orders. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clump everything together, showing you guys some B-roll of the garments on. Strictly from a clothing perspective, at the price point of $20, I have to say I have no idea how he was able to do this. At the price point, the garments are really not bad. The sweatpants fit really nicely. They are on the lighter side, but by no means would I expect these to be just 20 bucks. I really don't know how he was able to do this and make any type of profit. And I'm well aware that he probably moved volume. It's Kanye after all. But yeah, man, Jesus said, and man, you will know who follows me, who my disciples are, based on the fruit of their life. But ultimately, I'm not in his life, so I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. All we can do is pray for the man, pray for everybody for that matter, to be drawn back to the goodness and graciousness and the will of God. And that ultimately is the hope for everybody, not just Kanye. And it just doesn't seem like that's happening right now. But who knows? God can do anything.